Well, for my first project, you know, it's summer, and you have to have watermelon when it's summer. I'd rather be eating it, though, because I'm going to have to go out to the garage and cut out this pattern that I made for the watermelon. And this is just a scrap piece of wood again. So I am going to go to the garage and cut this out, and then we're going to paint it. And by the way, I'll be using my scroll saw to cut this out. Okay, I went out to the garage and I cut this out. It didn't take very long at all. I wanted to use the other brush for this, but I already done this, so oh well. And I'm using Tomato Red by Americana. And concentrating because I want to kind of stay on a line. I did go around it with a pencil on that, so I kind of know where to paint my red. It's not going to be perfect. This should be a fun, easy project. I'm glad it didn't take me long out there in that garage because, whew, it's hot. It's the only thing I don't like about summer. It gets so hot in there. Even sometimes it gets, you know, so hot that it doesn't ever get below 80 at night. That garage heats up and it never loses its heat. So sometimes I can't even cut in the morning. We haven't really done that yet too much. But I'm going to finish painting this red and then I'll be back. All right, that's dry. And now I'm going in with Arbor Green by Apple Barrel. And I'm going to paint the rind on here and then let it dry. And when it's finished, I'll come back with the next step that I'm going to do. Okay, now I'm taking a really watered down, it's the only color I had, and I put too much water in it because it was just a little bit. Anyways, it is Folk Art Bayberry. And I'm just going to start doing that. Am I in frame? I'm trying to go just as wide as the brush is in between. Okay. Holding my breath again. Okay, now I'm going to probably have to go where that was some more paint because it is really watery. Then I'll figure out what else I'm going to do with it. Okay, now I'm going to try to do some seeds, and I'm taking one of those thin pointed brushes. I'm trying to figure out which. I don't guess it matters. I'm just pushing it down, laying it kind of flat, and then pushing. And no two seeds are alike. They're all different sizes. Okay, I'm going to leave that like that. And I have to let those dry really well before I go any further, because I don't want to mess it up. All right, they are dry now, and I've got a Posca pen, and I'm just going to put just a little bit of white in them. Okay, and now I'm going to go around the edges. Just letting up here and there. And just make some X's where I let up. Okay, I think now I'm thinking I just want to go around that with a line, but I got to make sure these are dry because I need to put my hand in there, and they're not. So I'm going to go very carefully. Now, what else does it need? I think I need to do a little splatter paint on it with some white. So I'm going to go get my white out. Okay, I have my white out, and this should work because this paint is runny. Yeah, it did. That's enough. Now, I'm going to go wash this out while that's drying. Now, I have a crow that I cut out. Oh, I probably want to speckle him too. And I'm just going to paint this black, and then this little piece here is for his beak, and it is Golden Sunset by Apple Barrel. And then when I get him all finished, or not all finished, if I do more than this, I'll come back and show you what I'm doing. Okay, I did go ahead and speckle it even before the black was dry because I didn't have to touch it. Now, I have this, what is this called, a stylus? And I'm going to make an eye.
We about got it back together. I should be back up the house here.
That's my husband. I've had trouble with the combine. It's been down for about 3 days. I traveled all the way up into Kansas to get the piece. It didn't work, and they didn't have any more, so they sent them somewhere here in Oklahoma that was as far away as it was going to Kansas. I went there this morning, and he just now walked in and said that they have it on. They got it put back together. They just got to tighten it or something. He should be back anytime. And I said, I don't believe it. I don't believe a word you say. I feel sorry for him. It is so hot and muggy out. He's out in that heat, and he's been up since 7 o'clock this morning and going. I better wait till that white dries. What am I thinking? I'm talking. Okay. Not dry yet. Okay, I'm going to wait for that to dry and put my little black speck there and get my pen out and go around the... No, I don't know. I don't know what I'll do with that yet. I'm going to be thinking. Okay, now I have went and got the IOD white stamp pad out and a dauber. And I'm going to go around him. Tore a little piece of my dauber off. I caught something right there. Kind of makes it look like you've shaded it with a brush and paint. Much easier. Okay, now put the lid on this. Need the black. Let's see, top or bottom? Well, it's okay. That is not showing much around that beak. Maybe I ought to get some walnut stain ink. Just go a little bit around his nose so it gives it some outline and character and depth. That works. Now, I think it's ready to start putting it together. Except I need to stop and figure out what I'm going to do. Now, I took my Fusion clear wax and went over it, and I'm thinking I want a little bit of dark wax. I'm thinking. Yeah, let's darken it up just a little bit. I don't need it on my bird, though. Okay, just gonna blot it some. And there we go with that. And I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit. And then I'm gonna put my bird on. And I've got me, I had some sticks. And I took one and cut it in two. And then I wired them together. Trying to figure out how I want them to lay. I'm gonna have to go up like that because that little piece of wire will probably show. And I've drilled 2 holes here, and I have my rusty wire out, and I'll put my wire on. But I want to let this dry a bit before I mess with it anymore. I've got my heat or my glue gun getting ready. And it's just about finished. Well, I went ahead and put my wire on there because I really had to hold it in my lap to work it. Because I just have to hold it in my lap. Especially when I've done this little bitty twirl in there to get that star, that rusty star to stay in place. I had to drill a hole in that star. The other type stars have it, but this type doesn't. So I usually don't want a hole in it, but this one, I wanted one. So now I think we're going to finish this up. Let's see. I want that cup down in there like that. So I am going to put a little bit of glue down in there. And try not to get it in my fingers, or my fingers in it. But I've got to hold it just a bit. Okay, I think that's enough. And now, got to see where I want that at. I need something to kind of hold that up. Let me go look for something. All right, I found this bag of just extra pieces that cut out between things, and most of the time I can't stand to throw them away, so I keep them. But here lately I've been throwing them away because I'm getting a bunch. But I'm just going to hot glue 2 of these together. And I think I'll just put one on there. Okay. Now where do I want this? Kind of want that to twist some, but I don't know if it'll stay twisted. I don't think so. Okay, I am going to put the wood right there. And a little bit, I'm gonna put some hot glue there and then kind of turn that and let it cool for a bit. Now it's cooled down enough that I think I can put this on there. I'll put some glue on that. Okay, that's just right. That holds that up. It's not glued to the watermelon. And this is kind of falling down all over. Got to glue it down some. And I'm not going to push it because I'll push my finger into it. Now, I'm going to look at it for a little bit and see if I want to add anything else to it. Whatever I do will be small. But I really think it's probably finished. I just need to pick the glue strings off.